Welcome to the SANWEAR and SANWEAR-GT unboxing video. My name's Devin. Today we're going to go through what's in the box, how do we use the features that are in the box and the parts that come with it, and how do we turn this SANWEAR into the ultimate listening experience for gaming, VR, movies, and of course music and mixing and mastering as a professional musician. I've got a faction edition around my neck. You can check them out at sonsound.com, but we're going to jump into the three products that we do have. So this is the faction edition, one I would have around my neck, comes in the colorful Rubik's Cube looking box. We're going to put that to the side and we're going to unbox a very similar model, same inside, same parts, same everything. This is just one of our first edition. So these are very hard to get. In fact, they're sold out and very few remain. So these came in the black box. As you can see, there's instructions on the bottom, if I can flip that to the right side. And you can download our app by going to the App Store, either Google Play or Apple iOS app stores down there. To unlock this SANWEAR, you have to pull on the little tab and it will open the kinetic box. Here we go in all its glory, SANWEAR. This is our Lunar Chrome edition. We are going to take the Lunar Chrome out and just for a second put it to the side right here for safekeeping, and then pull this piece out to unlock the rest. We do have this manual. Of course, you can go to sonsound.com or support.sonsound.com and you have all the information you need there. But also you can reach out to support@sonsound.com if you have any questions at any time. This will answer most of your questions. Support@sonsound.com will also answer all of your questions that you have. But let's try and not have any questions by going through what does it all do. Inside the bag, you will have a travel lanyard like the one I have around my neck so that you can rock it and quickly just pull it out, pop it into your ear, pop it back. Super useful for travel on airplanes and just every day. I mean, the amount of compliments you will get on this thing, it's insane. So put that to the side. You also have a charging case. So this is a USB-A to USB-C. And if you have existing charging cases, those will work as well. Just that USB-C port right in the back is where you will plug it into. So there you go. There's your travel bag. Let's put that back in the box and explore the things we have here. So these are ear hooks and ear tips. The ear hooks are very important because this is it's a patented technology for creating an ergonomic seal, but also creating an earbud that is not going to fall out of your ear while you do stuff with it. It's very important to get a good seal, but also a good push against your ear conch right here. So as we take this out, we're going to start to see if the one it comes with gives us a good fit. You put it in the ear and you give it a twist in so that it's sitting like this. If it's not falling out, you probably have a pretty good fit, but you're going to want to play music. And if you don't hear the bass and you don't hear, maybe the highs are not there, you're going to want to experiment with the ear tip and the ear hook, starting with taking off the ear tip and then taking off the ear hook, remembering that the orientation is up. So if we take another ear hook, we're going to put it on in the orientation with the hook going up. And there will be a little key kind of in the back where it slots into once we get this thing fully out and around. I would say be a little more gentle with this since it is rubber and it might rip, but that's what you want it to end with. This is the large sport hook. Then we're going to take the large ear tip and we are going to kind of grip it like pinch it like that and put it onto the little area that it should go on. So now we put it in the ear, give it a twist. For me, this is a little too big. As you can see, it kind of, well, maybe you can't see, but it definitely feels a little too big. So I would go back and work my way down, first with the ear tips and then with the sport hooks. So the sport hooks, I'd say multiple would be able to fit you, but if you're going to be doing more athletic things, the larger sport hooks are probably going to be your friend. Make sure we're putting the sport hooks, again, I have to reemphasize that we're putting the sport hooks on with the orientation up. So this is the right side and it's going up so that when we put it in our ear, it's curving up. If we put it on the other way, we're going to experience, like say I put the left side ear hooks on the right side unit, we're going to get it looking like, oh, maybe it's supposed to be like this. But that's wrong. This is wrong because when it goes in your ear, it's not doing its job and pushing against this top area of your ear. It's just kind of there getting in the way. And you'll be able to tell when you try and put it in the case, it kind of doesn't sit right. And it's kind of what's going on here, which can cause a lot of other problems too. So do make sure you're putting on the correct side in the correct orientation to avoid fit issues and then also charging issues as well. So again, putting that right side on, making sure it is correctly placed inside of there and orientated the right way. And when you put it in the case, easy peasy. So now we are all fitted. Let's put the box to the side and let's focus on our lunar chromes and the sound experience that we are about to have. So to put them into pairing mode, there are two ways to do it. You can either push the little triangular button on the back of the case, or you can simply take them both out of the case. Now you're going to see the light sequences here. We have two lights that turn on and flash. One of them is going to start flashing red and white, as we see, and the other one is going to fade off. That means this unit is now paired to this master unit, and this master unit is looking to pair to something. So we're going to go to our phone. We're going to turn in Bluetooth settings and search for that device. All right, so I see it right here, SANWEAR at the bottom. We're going to click on SANWEAR, and as you'll see, the light will turn off because it is now paired. You'll hear a pairing tone if you have in your ear that says pairing complete, and we'll be ready to go. So again, make sure we're hearing that solid bass. We have the units in our ear, and then we twist up to get that good seal, and that we have the correct sides in the correct ear. So you see this is the right side. It also says on that top right part, that is the right unit, whereas this is the left unit. The intention is for it to be worn around your neck and simply placed into the case there. So that's how you can remember the orientation of the case and units. Now that we got these in, let's take the box and let's scan that code at the bottom to go get the app. And here I have it downloaded on my phone. So I can now hit skip, connect, and push on the Bluetooth pairing button. This will create a connection between my earbuds and the app specifically so that I can do certain things. Once it registers that it's found a device, I can give it a little swipe down and it will, boom, connect to my device. Now the things I can do, if I'm playing music, my lights, as you can see, are going to be flashing to the music. So I got a red flash right here. If I want to change that, I'll go to the first setting, which is the luminance controls. I can tap that on and then change it to maybe white. I can make it flash slower by turning this little dial, as you can see. I can change it back to red if I like the red, but slow. So this can be a way for you to tell people, hey, I'm at the gym, I'm listening to music, the red's on, don't talk to me, or the white's on, come over, talk to me. Or if I want to maybe emphasize that I'm listening to something awesome and the beat's going, I can change it to that. I can also turn off the lights entirely if I'm not a fan. The second is, I'm going to go to the other side, is the blue, which are touch gestures. So SANWEAR comes with a few touch gestures already. If you're listening to music and you put these both in, on my right side, again, the right unit, I tap and then tap again and hold anywhere on the touch sensitive area. I'm going to turn up the music. It's going to fade up. If I want to fade down the music, I'm on a run and I don't have my phone, I will touch and touch again and it will fade down the music. If I want to pause and play my music, it will come initially as one tap pause and one tap play. Same with the other side, it's one tap pause, one tap play. Now on the right side, if I want to fast forward and I double tap, it will pass forward that song to the next song. If I want to go back, I double tap and go back. I can also do a long hold, about 5 seconds, and it will activate Siri or any of the other voice assistants you might have on your phone. And if I do a long 10-second hold, you'll see that the red lights here in a second will come on and do 3 flashes, which means it has turned off. So if you do turn off one unit and you keep the other one on, it's probably good to put it back in the case before, or turn this one off as well before you turn the other one back on, because it might lead to some syncing issues. If you ever encounter a syncing issue where only one side is connecting to your Bluetooth, you can easily fix this with the 5-tap reset. So what you're going to do is put both buds in the case. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you'll see a light flash like this, and then it will turn off. Same with the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Flash, red, and white, and then it will turn off. Now these are reset. So once you have them reset, you can take them out and pair them again to your phone. This will solve pretty much any problems you might have had. So now we're going to go back to our app. So once we get it reconnected, we're going to explore now the middle green button, which is EQ. So this will take you to music mode. So music mode is for SANWEAR. You'll be able to adjust the bass, the mids, the highs, and mess around with your music and how you hear it. So if I want to adjust the bass up, I can do that. To put the mids up as well, and maybe the highs a little closer to 0 there. That will change how I'm experiencing and monitoring the song that I'm listening to. I can do resets, and in the future, you'll be able to save music profiles and a few other things. Remember, we're updating this app pretty much every week with new features, so be on the lookout for new features. Lastly, you have batteries on the left and right side. You can go into the app and see which side has full charge, which side's not. If you want to check the battery for the case, this is where you're going to need to put one bud in and take it out. As you can see, the inside light is white. So that means it's either 66% charged up to 100, somewhere in that range. If it turns blue, it's going to be in that middle range, so 33% to 66%. And if it's red, it's 33% or lower, closer to dead. So you should probably give it a charge with the USB-C port in the back. You can also check the battery of the buds by putting them in the case. And as you can see, this is white, so it is fully charged, as it said it was in the app. But if it's red, it means it is charging. Lastly, with SANWEAR, these will not come pre-programmed, but you can program the NFC using the NFC Tools app in the App Store to write on this area that says scan. So what I'll do is I'll go to sanwear.com, I'll capture that URL, and I'll go to write, add record, and then custom URL. I'll paste in that custom URL, https sansound.com, and then I will hit write. And I can write it to the unit itself. Now, if I want to share sansound.com, I can click this to someone's phone. If it's iOS, it's going to be at the top near their cameras. If it's Android, it's going to be on the back. And as you can see, that popped up. And so if I click on that, it'll take me right to sansound.com. You can also do this for contact information, your favorite playlist on Spotify, pretty much anything you want to program into the unit itself. It's easy and it's ready to go. So a lot of fun we can have there. Moving on to SANWEAR-GT. SANWEAR-GT is built first and foremost for gamers, but it is our flagship product because it can also be used by professional musicians to mix, master, monitor music. You can watch movies in cinematic mode, and of course, listen to music at higher bit rates and lower latency. So we'll get into all of that here soon, but let's first look at the box. I mean, we've got this plastic cover over top. We've got the manual instruction on the bottom so that you can scan that QR code. It'll take you to support.sansound.com. You can either reach out to us there if you have any questions, but you have all the troubleshooting, all the FAQs, all the abouts of SANWEAR-GT. So let's take this little plastic cover off. You'll see on the side that we're leveling up the gaming experience with SANWEAR-GT. It's engineered with ultra low latency, which we call SANSYNC. It's our special transmission mode. And we are innovating the way we deliver audio when it comes to gaming for more precision, more spatial, again, lower latency, and creating now a more comfortable listening experience where you have an in-ear monitor that can do and create the same, if not better, sound environment of an over-ear headphone, but with none of that pushing against your glasses or the top of your head, giving a head dent. And also giving you the access to a whole nother layer of audio that you did not know was there, because you get this in the head sound versus this out of the head sound, allowing you to create distinctions between your own footsteps beneath you and other people's footsteps that are sneaking up behind you. SANWEAR-GT has the same kinetic box as SANWEAR with a few upgrades. So we're going to pull the tab to reveal the insides. We got this little note on the inside from DL, who is our CEO and co-founder, telling you about the different features, game mode, cinema mode, music mode, and how we're creating essentially this entire experience in a pocket-sized form. So there you go. There's SANWEAR-GT in there. If you want to pull it out, there's a little pull tab in the back, which you can just fit your thumb into and pull it out that way. It will also probably turn on to show you that. If you're having any trouble pulling it out, my recommendation is to pull out the foam part first. So let me put this back in. So if you're having any trouble, pull out the foam part, and there's a little hole on the back. If you just give that a little push, it'll pop right out. So before we look at SANWEAR-GT and what this is all about, we are going to explore what's in the box. So I'm going to put this right to the side, turn off, and we're going to look what's in the box. Again, we have another access to the manual. So you can scan that QR code, it'll take you there, but you also have some basics in here, such as regulatory information, all the stuff that is important, but is also over on support@sansound.com. Now, inside the box, we have the same bag as we did in the SANWEAR that we looked at and unboxed here before. We have the same travel lanyard, which I have around my neck so that you can show it off, but also, again, easy on the go travel. You have a, same as last time, USB-A to USB-C adapter, this time branded with the GT and SAN branding. And you also have a branded and braided, more premium cable for USB-C to USB-C with that same branding. Lastly, in the bag, we have a USB-C transmitter for SANSYNC. So this is something that you can plug into your PlayStation, your computer. Even if you have an iPhone 15, you could plug it right into that base, and the blue light will turn on, letting you know that it's ready to be synced to. So we will put this to the side for now and explore that a little bit later. Moving on to SANWEAR-GT. So we have the unit itself. Again, if you open up the buds, we will follow the same sizing regimen we did, where you will, first of all, put it in your ear, make sure the right side, where it says right, is going into the right side of your head, and you will give it a little twist up. So make sure it's good fit. If it's fallen out or anything, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to replace the sport hook and the ear tip with the largest size, try those out, and then work our way down. So again, making sure that fin that is facing up, orientated up, so that it's giving it's a good hook against that ear conch in your ear. You'll see that the different sizes are here. It comes with both small and medium. Large come on the unit, so it's ready to go with the large, but it will come with a large ear tip, whereas you can get medium, small, and then extra large in the case. Again, get the good fit, make sure it's going in the right ear, make sure you're giving it a twist, and that it's properly seated there. Another thing I want to mention here is you do have a microphone. You have it both in SANWEAR and SANWEAR-GT, and it is both right there, and then there's one on the back side. They are both going to listen to your environment, and there's an algorithm to cancel out outside noise, so it's environmental noise canceling, ENC. So when you put it in, make sure that the microphone has just a little bit of space, and it's not pushing against your face, because that means you're probably not going to get good audio going to that first mic. So making sure it's, has a little bit of space, maybe like a quarter's worth, and that it's comfortably seated there so that it's facing your mouth. If it's down like this and you're listening like this, again, it'll be listening down here and where it needs to be listening up here. If you have any problems with the microphone, that 5-tap reset is probably going to fix it, because it just means that some kind of low hum, like an AC unit in your car or a fan in your house, might be confusing the algorithm some way. So watch out for those low hums when you're starting it up, to make sure that the algorithm that is canceling out outside noise is properly tuned to your voice and it's isolating just the sound, in front of your mouth. So with SANWEAR-GT, there are 2 types of transmission modes. Very, very important. First one is Bluetooth mode, like you know and love, same thing that comes with your SANWEAR or pretty much any other earbud you've ever heard. SANSYNC is exclusive to SANWEAR-GT. And what this requires is that USB-C cable, either A to C. I'm going to use the C to C in this situation, and we are going to plug it into the back and then use something like our phone. We can also do a PlayStation console or computer. And now SANSYNC is ready to go. You'll see a headphone icon down there. You might need to click a button that says use headphones on iOS or Android. So do that and SANSYNC will be activated. Now, if you ordered a SANWEAR-GT before September 1st, 2024, it comes ready in SANSYNC mode. and you will have to switch it to Bluetooth mode if you prefer Bluetooth. If you ordered after September 1st, 2024, it'll come ready in Bluetooth mode, and I'll show you how to put it into SANSYNC mode right now. We just made it, it's a little better user experience to have Bluetooth first, so we made that switch. So as soon as you take these out of the case, mine are ready because I ordered before September 1st, 2024 to go into SANSYNC mode. So they are literally already ready to play. I play music, it's connected, it's playing. There is no latency, no perceivable latency that I can experience, and I'm getting a lot higher quality audio coming through because of the transmission mode that we're using. So this is the mode I would want to use for gaming, for movies, for anything that requires immense spatial information, but also that low latency that I would require for competitive or immersive game modes. So I'm going to put those back in the case, and I'm going to unplug it. So now that I'm unplugged, SANSYNC mode is no longer active. However, I can use the little dongle, the SANSYNC dongle, and plug this into my phone now, or PlayStation or computer. So the light is flashing. If I take these out, again, they're still ready to go in SANSYNC mode. They will look for this device and pair to it. If they are not pairing to it, as if I'm playing my music and I don't hear anything, that means that the earbuds are still connected to this device. So to restart your SANSYNC mode so that it is properly ready to pair to this, I'll put this here so you can see the blue light. I will do a reset gesture series for SANSYNC. This will be available in the app soon so that you can quickly switch between the two and it will automatically do this. But the series is 1, 2, hold. And you'll see the light do a 4 pulse light sequence. And then you'll flip to the other side and again, do the same thing. 1, 2, 3. Get that 4 pulses. Cool. So now that we have those pulses done, we will take this out of the case. Watch the blue light here. And again, this is ready to start up in SANSYNC mode. That stops flashing because now we are ready to go. And these will be playing my music. Pairing complete. Perfect. So now I have a little bit more mobile than having this thing hang from my phone. This is also very useful for VR, where I can have this plug right into my VR headset on the USB-C port on the side and get that same functionality rather than have this dangle from my head. I can have that very seamless experience with the dongle. So now let's talk about our other transmission mode, which is Bluetooth. Bluetooth mode and SANSYNC mode can be easily toggled between with a 3-tap gesture while they're in your ear. So let's put this in our ear. We want to discover the Bluetooth version. So I'll go to my Bluetooth settings and I see SANWEAR-GT down there. I'm going to click on SANWEAR-GT and it's going to connect. But when I go to hit play, I don't hear anything, or it pauses and plays very quickly, as you can see here. So as you can see, it's not playing. What's going on? Well, a simple 1, 2, 3 switched to Bluetooth mode. Switching between the two, again, is as simple as 1, 2, 3, and I will hear a tone down. So again, remember, if you ordered after September 1st, 2024, your unit is going to come ready to go in Bluetooth mode. And if you want to go to that SANSYNC mode, whether it's through the dongle, the small little dongle, or using a USB-C cable to the case, you will have to do a 1, 2, 3 tap on the side to push it into that mode. Now, we're going to go explore the app because the app can tend to make a lot of things a lot easier. So once it's synced to our phone, we are going to go to our Soundscape app. We are going to click the Bluetooth button to look to pair to our units, which I will put right here. It's going to say, okay, I found something. Let's give it a swipe down, and it's going to register this one as a SANWEAR-GT. As you can see, the image switched. And with SANWEAR-GT, you're going to get a few more features. So first, let's go to the lights. You'll see that the lights are red and purple now, so instead of white like last time. You can also see the touch gestures have a new control, a 3-tap that will allow you to switch connection mode. So if you want to disable that SANSYNC connection mode and you want this to just be Bluetooth headphones that give you different sound mode features or whatever, or you don't want that 3-tap gesture, you can go and disable that 3 taps on the left side and then also the right side. If you want to go disable all the settings. Those are there to be disabled. Same with long holds and extra long holds. Those can be disabled if you don't want. The main difference with the SANWEAR-GT in the app is going to be this middle button. So remember, this is the sound lab. This is where I can adjust my music mode, but also now you're getting movie mode and game mode. So movie mode, it's going to be locked for now. And that is because it's our secret recipe. So movie mode is going to allow you to experience movies closer to if you were in a 21-point IMAX theater with all the speakers around you, where you get the John Wick, the bullets are flying around your head, and then the car is racing around you, to get that full immersive cinematic experience that we all go to the theaters for. But again, in a mobile format. You, of course, can watch movies over in music mode and give it the tuning that you do want, but this movie mode is going to enhance things that you might not be able to control with the simple bass, mids, and highs. There's also game mode. Game mode is built specifically to enhance the footsteps, the crunchiness in the bass, and some of the mids and highs that really help you detect where people are in a competitive environment, and also reduce some of those harmful noises that are very loud, like explosions or low frequency sounds that will create fatigue in your ears so that you can have longer play times. There are so many more features coming to SANWEAR-GT within our app, but SANWEAR-GT, again, it allows you to game in ultra low latency, allows you to have that spatial aspect. And again, if you are a music producer and you want to produce music on the go, this is essential. Plugging this in or using that dongle to your phone, to your computer, whatever you use to produce, you will be able to get that instant experience as well as preserve that spatial sound that you would have in a studio. All right, so let's go through troubleshooting. Troubleshooting for SANWEAR and SANWEAR-GT is going to be roughly the same. So the first one is, why aren't my earbuds charging or connecting properly? We covered this a little bit in the unboxing. If you have an issue where both sides are looking to pair and you can either pair to a left side or a right side, what's going on? The 5-tap reset, where I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and get that light sequence, and then flip sides to get that other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 light sequence. Now these are reset, and will probably, when you take them out of the case or push the triangle pairing button on the back, pair as one system. Now, there's also an issue where maybe they're not charging properly, and that's because the little tiny charging pads or the pins inside of the case where they charge from might have some debris on them. So you can take rubbing alcohol and a Q-tip or rubbing wipes and just give those debris areas a little bit of a wash. You can also very, very carefully take a small pin and give it a little scrape. So hopefully that will solve that issue. Why do my batteries die when I put them in the case? So there are two things here. One, the units themselves might not be seating properly. The first thing I would look at is, do you have your ear hooks on the right side, orientated the right way? If you put the wrong side on the wrong bud, it's not going to seat properly in there, and it's not going to charge, and it's actually going to stay connected to your phone, which can get annoying. So making sure the right ear hook is on the right side so that it properly fits in that case and that magnet pulls it in, that is going to help solve that issue. But again, going back to cleaning those pins and making sure that there's no debris on the pads or the pins themselves is going to make sure it's properly seating in there. Giving a little shake or giving a little wiggle. The thing you're looking for is for the lights to either turn off or to pulse like that, indicating that they are charging. Next question is audio issues. How do I fix audio if I don't have I'm not getting any bass or low ends, right? And that issue comes back to fit. So making sure we're starting with the biggest size when it comes to the ear tip and the sport hook. We're putting that in the correct ear and giving it a twist up. And if you don't hear a lot of bass when you've gotten that right, try the different fittings, right? Again, it's not intuitive always. You might have smaller ears, but actually a larger size might be what you need just because of the design of the ergonomics for what we're doing. So give that a try. And then also go into Soundscape and make sure your bass on the EQ settings hasn't been dragged down to 0 or negative 10 unnecessarily. If you do still have bass or sound issues, reach out to us at support@sonsound.com and we will help you with your case. The next one, fitment issues. So we've covered this in the unboxing. Remember, the sport hook needs to be orientated up, and the ear tip, you should start with the larger size and work your way down. Fitment is also, again, going to make sure that you twist the bud up and you give your head a shake. And if it's not coming out, you're probably good. You want to make sure you're getting those bass low ends to ensure that the fit is exactly what you need. And you should also not be able to hear much outside noise at all. Light indications. We talked about this a little bit. On the GT, you can see it a little bit more easily. The case light. Right now, I consider this white pink. That is going to be between 66% and 100% charge. Whereas if it turned bluish green on GT and blue for the inside of the case on SANWEAR, that is that middle charge range between 33% and 67% or 66%. And if it's red, that means it's 33% or lower, closer to dead. For the monitors themselves, if they're flashing red and white, just to talk about the light sequences, that means that they are in a pairing mode. As soon as you put them in the case, if they are flashing red, they are charging. And if they are flashing purple or white, that means they are fully charged. What should I do if my earbuds are accidentally damaged in some way? If the damage has to do with manufacturing and that it is our fault, you do have a 2-year warranty where we will fix absolutely anything that happens to those units when it comes to manufacturing. Outside of the warranty, there are some things that we can help you with, but most things will require you to get either a new side or just a new unit entirely. But reach out to support@sonsound.com to talk about that if that situation occurs. How do I clean my SANWEAR if it's dirty? So good news is the buds themselves are waterproof up to IPX6 rated. So that means high pressure at all angles, and it means you can put them under the sink, give them a good wash. I would not submerge needlessly the earbuds. You can swim in them, you can shower in them, but do not dive in them or go beneath essentially a meter's worth of water. Cleaning them is super easy. I would carefully, be careful with everything you do, but carefully take an alcohol swab, swab the affected pad areas if there is debris in there. But if you just get dirt all over them, some mild soap, like mild liquid soap, and cold water is going to be important. I would always avoid hot water because steam is a whole different thing when it comes to electronics. Where it can melt glue and make the things not water resistant anymore. So be careful and then make sure you thoroughly dry so that you maintain optimal performance. So that's SANWEAR and SANWEAR-GT, the unboxing, all the features, all the goodies that come with them, and how to properly fit them in your ears, any trouble you might have with them, so that you can get the best audio experience you've ever had in your entire life, whether it's gaming, VR, movies, music, mixing, mastering. We've got SANWEAR and SANWEAR-GT available at sonsound.com. If you have a question at all, support@sonsound.com. Make sure you get the Soundscape app. Make sure you join our newsletter as well for frequent updates on what's going on when it comes to firmware, what new features are coming out. We are a rather new company, but we've been working on this technology for about 2 decades now. So these are the first sound engines in the world that are going to create that vivid realism and that unmatched spatial sensation that you require for a lot of your needs, whether you're mixing, mastering on the go or in a competitive gaming environment, or you just want to hear songs that you've listened to for your entire life in a whole new way. And you will hear parts of the music you know and love that you didn't know were there before. So it's really such a special experience, and I do hope you enjoy your time with SANWEAR. Again, if you have any questions, reach out to support@sonsound.com or join our community at discord.gg/SAN. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you like this video, please let us know in the comments. If you have any more questions, you can also let us know down there. And if you don't have a pair of SANWEAR or SANWEAR-GT, well, go get a pair. You will not regret it.